And we're on. Good. Okay, so welcome to Northern Perspective Episode 8. This is the last one of the calendar year for 2025.
Yep,
A busy year for council this year, right?
absolutely.
So this is a debrief with context of North Glengarry's December 8th meeting, the council meeting. So today on Northern Perspective, we sit down with Mayor Jamie MacDonald to unpack this December 8th council meeting. So it includes Raisin River Conservation Authority governance and drought monitoring, the hospital pool operations and financial sustainability, new municipal equipment that was invested for the upcoming year, emergency fire protection infrastructure in Dunvegan, and the heritage designation, finally, of the Glengarry Archives. So welcome, Jamie.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start with conservation authority governance and local control, governance and local control. So, council reviewed the Raisin River Conservation Authority's programs and raised concerns about the province proposal to consolidate conservation authorities into a larger body. So, what risks does conservation authority consolidation pose to North Glengarry local voice and services? I know that the Raisin River Conservation Authority sort of monitors
Yep.
the dams and whatnot. So, what specific programs would be affected?
Well, they're involved in a lot of programs in the area, and specifically as you mentioned, monitoring our dams and monitoring the water levels. Letting water out as needed is very important. Not to flood somebody downriver, and to try and keep the level steady. I mean, and the mill pond is our drinking water source, so it's important to keep a good amount of water in there.
Okay.
But they also, we were also working with them on a dam stabilization, and looking downriver at the walls of the canal that goes through Alexandria,
Okay.
and doing some stabilization there.
So, a partnership with
With the counties and the province. We were unfortunately unsuccessful this year getting it. I think that's part and parcel for what's kind of going on in the whole world of the conservation authorities. And later on in the meeting, we talked about a resolution that was on the table for us to support, saying no to this resolution. We did not sign it. We deferred it, only because I do think there is some worthwhile, as we all do on council, aspects to what the province is doing, and perhaps amalgamating, maybe not the large amalgamation, but a smaller amalgamation. I mean, we all did. A lot of people did not like it in 1998 when we amalgamated North Glengarry, with Alexandria, Kenyon, Maxville, and Laheel.
and here we are now.
Here we are now, and there are still some naysayers to it, but overall, it has been very good for the local area.
So, do we need consultation? Is there consultation that will be needed before we want major restructuring of the conservation authorities, or?
Well, that's what we're hoping to see, and we're up at Roma this in January, and we're hoping to hear more there. But it's very important that they do the proper consultation, and because with consultation comes less headaches down the road. So hopeful for that. But we've had a good relationship with both the South Nation Conservation Authority and the Raisin Region Conservation Authority. So they've done some good work for us.
Both of them serve North Glengarry, right?
Yeah, South Nation is a smaller portion up in the northern part of the municipality.
Okay.
And Raisin Region they look after our Tri-Lake system, Alexandria, Middle Lake, and Loch Garry. So
And a lot of the water system for these municipalities.
yeah. Yep.
Okay. So there was some for drought monitoring and water protection. We know this summer was a dry one this past summer. So, and the RRCA emphasized active drought monitoring, flood forecasting, and source water protection. So as climates, as the climate pressure increases. So Again, this year was an example, of what we were really, really close to drought levels.
Yeah,
So
surprisingly in our Three Lakes system, we still had a good volume of water,
yeah,
and but yeah, no, it definitely, you could see at Loch Garry that the levels were down. So we were very hopeful for, again, rain and snow to bring those levels up.
so is it sort of the responsibility of the Raisin River Conservation Authority or the municipality to send out, reminders?
It is the Raisin Region Conservation Authority. So what
So
they would do is they would call us and say, I think it would be good if you could put a, say, watering your lawn, to say that, it's not a ban, but, if you could please not do that. And
yeah,
so we did some of those posts as we went, but
it's not a dumping, but more of a sort of a how can I say, an awareness campaign for
that's right.
folks.
Yeah. And just, everyone can cut back a little bit.
Yeah.
You're brushing your teeth. You don't have to keep
Yeah,
the
yeah.
water on, those kinds of things. So, no, I think we've had like I said, we've had a good partnership with them, but, I think some changes are needed.
Okay. So the HGMH pool, the growth and the financial sustainability. So it looks like the hospital saw a 42.8 revenue increase, but expenses still exceeded revenue due to staffing, operation costs. So what's the township responsibility towards the HGMH pool, and what role is it going to play towards its sustainability?
So we don't pay for any of the upkeep or the chemicals or anything that has to do with the pool. It's all done by the hospital.
Okay.
All we do is programming in there.
Okay.
And they allow us to do that for free.
Okay.
So obviously they may get parking revenues or whatever comes out of it. But for us, it's about providing, swimming lessons are something that's been lacking, and we need swimming lessons. We need kids to learn how to swim. There's aquafit, which is very popular. So to say, we would hope for a break-even type model. But
that's for the programs that the
That's right.
municipality is
That's right, because that's all we're responsible for.
Okay.
We're not responsible for anything
so that's
else.
where that 42.8% comes in.
Yeah. So, we've done well on revenues. The expenses are a little high, but that's the nature of having to pay these lifeguards. There's not a lot of lifeguards out there. Mm-hmm. So, we're probably paying a little bit more than some other places, but it's an in demand everywhere. So, we would hope for it to be break even. But I don't know if we'll ever see that. But if you saw the numbers in there and seeing that, there are 800 people in Alexandria that were using it, and there was like 1,500 users, in those programs. So I think it's something that people want and people like. It's just to the extent of the costs, for us. So, this year was $45,000 in revenues and about $82,000 in costs. So it's almost a 1 to 2. So as we said, great, it would be great if we could grow the programs, and take in $80,000, but then are our costs going to be $160,000? Yeah. So that's what we're trying to get our head around. And
as you mentioned, I mean, there's no cost for maintaining of the pool and whatnot. So that's in a sense that's a bonus to offset.
Yeah, and we're providing a service, I think, that is important to people. And I don't want to minimize that $40,000 is not a lot of money, because in our budget it is. Yeah. But when you're getting about 1,500 people that are using the pool, then I think it
breaks down to much smaller.
Yep.
Okay, so there's emergency water storage for fire protection. This is in Dunvegan. So there's a new underground storage tank that's supposed to be installed in Dunvegan through a private partnership. So how is this water tank supposed to improve fire protection in Dunvegan? We know that Dunvegan's a little removed from some of the fire services. And what is the partnership benefit to taxpayer? How does this work?
So this was put on by the Compass that put in the battery energy storage facilities.
Okay.
And it's something that municipalities kind of almost demand that that in case of an emergency, however remote that is to make sure that we have a sustainable water source to use. And we did have some wells up there. It's not like we didn't have anything, but this is going to substantially help, and not just for that, for everyone in the area. And I think it's it's great for any structure fire that we would have right in Dunvegan or just outside of Dunvegan, any of the farms, for us to get there with significant amount of water quickly.
Is this on private land or is this on
No,
Compass-owned land?
no, it's on township lands.
On township land?
Yeah, so we own the lot right across from the community center in Dunvegan. So it's in there, and I think it's a good
So
part.
it's actually in Dunvegan.
Yes, it's
Wow.
right in Dunvegan. Yeah, so I think it's important for for fire suppression. So we're excited. It didn't cost us anything, and so anything that we can get for free is good, is good
Of
for
course,
us.
yeah, and community partnerships are also a way to go. Okay, and finally, we had sort of mentioned this, the heritage designation of the Glengarry Archives. So you formally approved the designation of the Glengarry Archives building. So why is it important to designate that particular building, and what are the responsibility that goes along with designation, especially of that building itself?
Well, what we've been trying to say, and this was kind of the issue with getting it designated, was South Glengarry didn't know what came with that, and what do we have to do to sustain that. And there really isn't anything. I mean, if you designate your house, we can't stop you from doing things. What it does is that if there was ever going to be a demolition or a building permit issued, it would give the municipality some time to work with the people that have a designated property. So I think it just it really, there's nothing extra. It doesn't cost your insurance more. It doesn't cost any of those kinds of things. And when we sent Ainsley and Lindsay Parisien from the counties, went in to explain this to South Glengarry and had all their questions answered, and they felt confident enough to pass it. So therefore, we were able to pass it. But in reality, it's just a registry of significantly historical buildings. Mm-hmm. And again, just if something were to happen to these, we would get advance notice that something.
Do we have many in North Glengarry of these
they're just starting. I think.
I don't want to put you on.
I think 12 in North Glengarry so far, and then I think there'll be more. As it comes, because we do have a lot of history here. And, sure. And definitely the archives is.
The archives also contributes to that history and to sort of keeping and putting that, bringing that to light as well too.
Yep, exactly.
So that's very good. So is there anything else you want to touch on as we are in full holiday season? Or?
Yeah, heading into the Christmas season, and so we're very focused right now on the budget. Okay. So it's daily meetings with staff and just trying to figure out where we're going to end up. We're doing our best to fund as many programs as we can, but at the same time, we have to be cognizant, as we were talking before this started, just about cost of living and ensuring that it's affordable to pay your taxes. So.
Yeah, and then because of the cost of living, we don't know what the future holds, right? So there could be some unexpected increases across different boards, right? Which would affect programs.
Yeah, and while we're really affected, the same as everyone else, just like any household, we're affected by the cost of everything that's gone up in paving and cement. All these things have risen, and we're working. We're working hard to bring that number down. So I think we'll be able to come back with something that everyone's comfortable with. So council should get that proposal in the next week, and we'll meet in the first week of January. And
Yeah, I see that all the meetings have been set for 2026.
yeah,
So people can find that online,
yeah,
set their calendars and go and tune in to your YouTube channel as
yeah.
you go live. So
Yeah, no. So we're excited to get that done and get moving. We are close to hiring a CAO, so we're hoping for an announcement in the definitely prior to Christmas. So we're excited about that. Went out on a snowplow ride this morning.
I saw that on social media.
Yes,
Yeah. No casualties.
no casualties.
of
Josh
mailboxes?
DeCuss texted me at 5 a.m. this morning saying, "Pick you up in 5." And I kind of enjoy those kinds of things and going out for a little bit and
Yeah.
seeing. But it was crazy. We did get a significant amount of snow.
I like that kind of thing. The sort of the sort of undercover boss, or the sort of the thing where you can actually say, well, whenever somebody asks you a question and say, well, I've been on some of these,
Yeah.
these situations, and this is what's going on. You
Yeah.
can answer, firsthand, and
Yeah.
that's an interesting thing. Whether
Yeah.
it's for it's for information or
Well, and it was good because Josh is driving one of our brand new trucks that we brought in last year, and telling me the differences from the old trucks. They're automatic now, which is a huge difference for them, as he told me this morning. So it's nice to see the equipment that we only see on paper, basically, and when it comes in all shiny, bright and new, but to see it in action is a different thing. So that was exciting.
Yeah,
So
so you want to see that little drive. There's a few seconds of snippet on Facebook. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, well, thank you very much. I mean, we want to thank all of our viewers for watching, and we want to remind you that putting this together is a job. But we really enjoy it. To bring this. We believe it. Glengarry and North Glengarry, South Glengarry, it to be a special place.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to bring this to the folks with this.
yeah, well, I just want to say thank you to you for putting it all together every week, every second week for us. But you're also doing it for South Glengarry. It's given us a real venue to actually, reach out to the public and tell them what happened at a meeting. Because not everybody has time to go to a meeting or to watch it on YouTube, because sometimes they're long. And just for us to give a synopsis, I get good feedback from the public on it, and I hope people still watch. But
They do.
I think it's important for everyone to know what's happening in their community. So thank you again for putting
Well,
it on.
thank you for coming in. Perhaps yourself, you can continue. Maybe even delegate some of the other council members if they want to come in.
Yeah, for sure.
Throw in, have their 2 cents for whatever. We all the initial sort of purpose of this was to sort of humanize the process that you're actually you're going through as politician, as it may be.
Politicians are humans?
Well, it might be that.
What are you saying?
We'll have to revisit that later. But that's to humanize
My
the process.
pulse.
Exactly. So to actually say that these are your neighbors. You often come in here and have this one line to say that even though you are the mayor, you also pay taxes.
Yes.
And then the other council members, and so they also pay taxes. They're also part of that bigger process. They're looking out after the greater public, and they're also part of that greater public.
Absolutely.
So that's important for folks to be in my opinion, to be mindful of that when they're talking to their politicians, and and picking up the phone and to say, well, I've got this issue, and saying, well, maybe they also have the same issue, or they've been through that particular issue. So that's for me,
sure.
that's important. So so watch the posts on social media. If there are folks, we're always looking for people to help us financially, or even by volunteers, for patrons to keep this going. There's there's gear, there's some financial considerations putting this on, but we are happy to do that, and we will definitely see you in the new year. Hopefully, we can even have a special budget meeting so that
Yeah, exactly.
you can debrief this.
Maybe I'll send another member of council for that one.
There you go. That's sort of there you go. So that, you can have they can bring in a shield or whatever.
Yeah, exactly,
But
exactly.
I don't, I don't. So that's.
But I also just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Joyeux Noël et bonne année, and Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Same here. Yeah. So we'll see you in the new year. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good. And
Good.
we're out.
Perfect.
There you go.